Hi, everybody, and welcome to City Beat. I am your host, Nancy Byrne, and we're on the 7th floor here of Las Vegas City Hall, where, as you can see, the holiday is in full swing. Well, one group that never really takes a holiday is our first responders. When you call Las Vegas Fire and Rescue for help in an emergency, they can't help you if they run into their own emergency on the way. That is why one of the most important courses they take during their 6-month training is defensive driving. Now, we say it's one of the most important. The recruits will tell you it's one of the most fun.
Let's go keep it between 15 and 17 miles an hour.
This may look a little like race car training, but it's actually some of the most important training our Las Vegas Fire and Rescue recruits go through during the academy.
It's called EVOC, or driver's training. We do it with every academy, and it's to get them used to driving techniques that are going to help them be better driving the rescues. So we put them in the sedans first, higher speeds in the sedans, and then we get them in the rescues and slow the speeds down. And then the techniques that we're teaching them, they apply them to the rescues that they're going to be driving when they hit the floor.
The main thing we want to teach you is just because you get to drive Code 3, you're asking permission. It's not your right of way, okay? You still have to stop at all stop signs, make sure the intersection's clear.
The training takes place on a wide open course with cones to simulate the various obstacles they could face out in the real world when responding to a call. And while the recruits say it's actually a lot of fun, they also know it's to be taken seriously.
We don't know if somebody's going to be crossing the road at a random time, somebody's going to hit the brake in front of us, but we have to get there safely and do our jobs and not cause any other issues on the way there.
I think it's very important. It's one of the day-to-day procedures. It's one of the biggest things that you need to do safely. Everybody wants to go home at the end of the day, so you just need to be able to stay focused and have the skills that they're going to provide with us over the next 2 weeks. So I'm very excited.
Let's go left.
The recruits start the hands-on training in a regular-sized vehicle, and after going through the course several times, they try those newly acquired skills in an ambulance. And usually they find it's not as easy, from going up on 2 wheels, to knocking down a cone or two, to knocking down, well, a lot of cones. But by the end of the course, they get their skills and their confidence up to where it needs to be.
It's awesome to be able to do it in a practice setting where nobody's going to get hurt, because we don't know what's going to happen out there when we're going Code 3 to a call at any time of the day.
What we're really doing is teaching them to be the ultimate defensive driver, because when they drive in an emergency vehicle, most people aren't paying attention. You know, they're on their phone, they're eating, they're doing their hair, they're reading. Like, I've seen people doing everything in their cars. And so when you're driving an emergency vehicle, either lights and sirens or Code 1, you got to be looking out for everybody, because they're not looking out for you. So that's what we're doing here. That's the main objective, is to teach them to be good defensive drivers.
This is an important part of the training for these young men and women, and it's also a favorite. They get to step away from the regimented routine of the training center.
It's a more relaxed environment in the car, obviously, and we're still learning valuable skills, but we don't have to stand at attention or anything like that, so it's very nice.
And let off a little steam. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue takes that driving course very seriously. It's not just taught to the recruits. Everyone in the department takes it about once a year, no matter how many years they have with the department. Moving from safety to wellness, it starts with Halloween and all that leftover candy, then moves into Thanksgiving, holiday parties, and of course, New Year's Eve. If you're on a weight loss journey or you just don't want to put on holiday pounds, there are some things you can do to avoid overindulging. Now, before you mute your television, you can still enjoy, but there are some tips to keep you from overindulging. The holidays are a great time of year to gather with friends and family and enjoy traditional feasts and festivities. But if you don't want to be afraid of your scale on January 2nd, there are some easy ways to scale back while indulging in the season. Dr. Jill Oliver is a family practice doctor who specializes in wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging. At this time of year, filled with so many temptations, she has sound advice she always gives to her patients. She shared some of it with us.
One of the most important things I tell my patients is leave it on the day. So Thanksgiving, enjoy it. Have a little bit of your pie or whatever it is that brings you joy. But leave it on Thursday. Don't take it to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Next thing you know, you've eaten a whole pie.
While leaving it on the day, take advantage of the other days to dial it back.
There's going to be Christmas parties. There's going to be obviously the holidays themselves. So when you can be good, be very good. Hey, it's Wednesday. It's not your birthday. It's not Thanksgiving. Chicken and broccoli it is.
She says stop and think when building that Thanksgiving or holiday plate.
Another thing I like my patients to do is pick one starch. So if you love stuffing, great. Have your stuffing, your turkey, all your veggies. Conversely, if you love mashed potatoes, great. Have that be your starch, but leave the biscuit alone. Leave the macaroni and cheese alone or whatever your family makes. So pick one starch, the rest of your plate, proteins and veggies.
Dr. Oliver says a lot of empty calories hide in the bottom of a glass. At cocktail parties, try these tricks.
Leave the calories in the alcohol itself. And by that I mean if you're having a little shot of vodka, mix it with something that has no calories, like a diet tonic or a soda water with some lime. Don't mix it with orange juice, because then we're getting the 150 calories of the vodka plus the 150 calories of the orange juice, and just that much more glycemic load, that much more sugar going into your bloodstream. The other nifty trick is, if you're gonna have a cocktail at the holidays, have one, stop, drink an entire bottle of water. When you're finished with that, if you choose to have another one, have one, stop, drink a whole nother bottle of water.
P.S. That can also go a long way in keeping you from getting too tipsy. And here's something else very important. Don't forget to keep moving. If you have a regular exercise regimen or a class you enjoy, this is not the time of year to put that on the back burner. Make sure to set some time aside to burn off those extra calories.
One of the best things you could do is get up and do it before anything else messes up your day, first thing in the morning. Even if you're not a morning person, we're not talking about having to get up at 5:30 necessarily, but get up at 7:30 and hit the gym before the phone starts ringing, the kid starts crying, the sky starts falling. If you can get up and get it out of the way first thing, you're more likely to stick with it.
She says you may want to keep track of where you're headed by weighing in once a week. It's okay to put on a little weight, but you don't want the pounds to pile up.
Pick a day of the week, maybe every Monday. Do your weigh-ins on Monday. I also encourage my patients, write it on a little sticky note, stick it on your mirror, so every time you're getting ready, you can glance up there and use it as some motivation. Okay, I'm 150. Next week I want to be 149.
Finally, Dr. Oliver reminds us the holidays are supposed to be fun, so enjoy. But remember, a little less indulgence now will mean a lot less stress come January. Here is one more suggestion from Dr. Oliver. Keep track of your calories. You might be surprised at where some extra calories are coming from or how many calories you're consuming to begin with. You can do it in an old-fashioned journal, or you can download some free apps such as MyFitnessPal, Lose It, and Carb Balance. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to give you a tour of the new improved Baker Park. But throughout the show, we're going to give you clips of the Senior Talent Showcase. It was held November 14th at the West Las Vegas Library Theater. It is proof that when it comes to talent, there are no age limits.
Come on. Never got a chance to see him. Never heard nothing but bad things about him. Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Mama looked at me like you looking at me. She said, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, oh, he left his was alone. I've had my share of life's ups and downs, but fate's been kind, and the downs have been few. Well, I guess you could say that I've been lucky. Oh, and I guess you could say that it's all because of you.
Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, Nicole Korwitz. Nicole is a recreation coordinator in our Parks and Rec department. Nicole works at Veterans Memorial Community Center in Ward 2, where recently a young boy visiting the center was overheard making statements about harming himself. Nicole took the time to speak with the boy and his parents so that he could get the help he needs. She has since developed a relationship with this family and follows up with them often. She has even helped make sure he has school supplies that he needs. For protecting our youth and being a true ambassador for the City of Las Vegas, we thank you, Nicole Korwitz, the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month. Welcome back to City Beat from the 7th floor here at Las Vegas City Hall, where the halls are decked in holiday spirit. Right now, we want to take you on a tour of a brand new park in the city of Las Vegas. Well, it's not really new, but it is newly renovated. Sue Levitt has the story.
Baker Park has officially reopened after undergoing some pretty major renovations.
From the very beginning, this park was set up for success. We met with individuals that were going to be a part of the design, and you can see everyone that was part of their normal function of their job, whether it be the plumbers, the maintenance individuals, the landscape individuals, all of those individuals were at the design table when we were designing it. And that's what makes this park so special.
Here's a look at what Baker Park was like just about a year ago before the renovations. The city put a considerable amount of time and effort into understanding exactly what the residents in this area around St. Louis and Maryland Parkway would want from their park. And the result, instead of upgrading the pool, these amazing soccer fields and state-of-the-art splash pads.
The new playground, the splash pad are going to provide years of enjoyment for this neighborhood.
And so will these soccer fields that are synthetic and made to last. This special Ecotherm infill keeps the fields 20 to 30 degrees cooler and, of course, needs no watering. After getting a look at these cool new fields, UNLV soccer coach Rich Ryerson has some ideas of his own.
I decided that we were going to make this the home field of the UNLV men's soccer program, and we'll begin training tomorrow. I haven't gotten the key yet, but if we can get that key, I'd like to come over and move our facilities to here.
Of course, Coach is joking. He's here for the grand opening and to help dedicate the new fields.
These are the parks where my guys get their start, where they get the beginning, and this is where the pathway to UNLV starts.
Careful thought and planning was also put into the landscaping. Only low-maintenance plants and shrubs that require minimal pruning and water have been used.
It feels good. I'm really proud of this park. It turned out very nice. My urban forester was heavily involved with the building process. Every plant that came off of the truck was inspected by him. Every tree was approved. So pretty happy with the whole project.
Our City Public Works Department, Operations and Maintenance, Building and Safety, and Parks and Recreation all work together to make this park a reality.
Baker Park, in itself, this project really showed the success of having a collaborative team among all the departments. It's so amazing. Like I said, I was born and raised in Las Vegas. I remember coming here as a child and just seeing how much work we put into it. It's just a different, beautiful, I don't even know, there are so many words to say about it. They just don't come out, but I love this park. If I was a child, I would come here every day, play in the water play area. It's great.
Architects that have worked to improve Baker Park over the years really wanted this park to serve the specific needs of nearby residents and revive this area of town.
We were able to give it new life and bring it back as anyone would be proud to come out here and see this park. I'm proud of it. I really enjoy projects that turn out so well.
When you come out here on a Saturday, there's going to be a tournament going on. There's going to be kids in that pool. That splash pad is going to be going crazy. There's opportunities for everybody in this neighborhood, and that's really what's exciting to me, is to have that chance to serve the community in a way that they weren't getting served.
For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
Thank you, Sue Levitt, for that story. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, letters are arriving in homes all across the city of Las Vegas, making people question whether or not they're being pulled into a scam. We'll have the complete story when we return. But first, here's another clip from the Senior Talent Showcase.
Let me tell you this, you are my inspiration. 90 was a good year. He's not afraid of his feelings. He's not a slave to his pride. He's giving me love so steady. He touches my heart.
Memories light the corners of my mind. Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Welcome back to City Beat from Las Vegas City Hall, where, as you can see, we are in the holiday spirit. You know, I live in the northwest part of the city, and I am part of the Nextdoor app for my northwest community. I'm noticing a lot of talk, questions, and misinformation about some letters being received about sewer line insurance. Now, I had those same questions a few years ago when I received that letter, wondering if it was a scam or if it was for real. So I interviewed one of our city engineers and found out it is not a scam. It is voluntary. Now, this story is a couple of years old, but I wanted to rerun it because it's still accurate, and I'm hoping it will answer all of your questions.
There's something that lies beneath every neighborhood street that is vitally important, but most likely gets very little thought by property owners. It's your sewer line. Something most people don't know is that should there be a rupture or leak, you could very well be responsible for the repairs. And depending on how extensive the repairs may be, it could run you thousands of dollars. So the city has partnered with Service Line Warranties of America, an A+ Better Business Bureau rated company, to offer you an inexpensive way to protect yourself in the event of sewer line damage.
It's a voluntary program where our residents have an opportunity to ensure the piece of infrastructure that they're responsible for. A lot of times they don't know it, but the sewer line is the residents' responsibility from the main, which is almost about midway in the street, to their building. So this is a great program to help cover that risk.
Christina Swallow says the policy is about $6 a month, a small price to pay should your sewer line become damaged.
We've had property owners that have told us that their expenditures have been over thousands of dollars. And that's not something we think about or prepare for. It's which is why an insurance program is a good way to manage that risk.
So if you live in the city limits and get the letter, you don't have to take part in the offer. But if you choose to do so, Swallow says it's not a scam. On the contrary, it's your city looking out for you.
For more information, you can go to lasvegasnevada.gov/sewer line warranty, or you can go to Sewer Line Warranty of America at slwofa.com/Las Vegas. Again, this is not a scam, but unlike insurance to drive your car, it's not required by law, it is voluntary. Well, as we head deeper into the holidays, you may notice your trash bins getting a little bit more full, I don't know, with wrapping paper, ribbons, boxes, some extra cans and bottles. We thought it would be a good time to revisit recycling do's and don'ts.
It couldn't be much easier. One can holds all recyclables. And since Republic Services implemented this automation method, participation in recycling has increased by 400% here in Southern Nevada. But many of the new recyclers, while good intentioned, seem a little confused about what can be recycled and what can't.
No chairs. Please, no chairs. No vacuum hoses. No pillows. Certainly no shoes.
Here at the recycling center, where items are sorted, you will find everything from shoes to laundry baskets to mattresses. It's not just that those items are bulky and not recyclable. They can do severe damage to the high-tech machinery and severe harm to those operating it.
Metal, that disc brake, they're trying to grab that disc brake.
Jeremy Walters is the Community Relations Manager for Republic Services Recycling Program. He breaks down exactly what can and cannot be recycled and why. For starters, most people know glass, paper, and cans are perfect recycling candidates. But when it comes to plastic, well, that's where some of the confusion starts.
Plastic is one of the ones where people find some confusion. We try to get people to focus on the characteristic, right? A bottle, a jar, some type of rigid container. The flexible plastics, this is a big common misconception. People think, hey, it's plastic, it goes in the recycle bin, right? But because they're flexible characteristics, they actually have a tendency to wrap and tangle around the sorting equipment, making it inefficient to separate the other material.
All of those thin plastic grocery bags, well, often they can be returned to the grocery store chains. As for rinsing out your recyclables, this is important in order to protect the more fragile recyclables such as paper and cardboard.
If they become soiled with food or liquid, we actually have to throw them away. They cannot be recycled. So it's very important that you practice what we call empty, clean, and dry. So you empty out the Gatorade or soup or your pasta sauce, whatever it may be, and then just gently rinse, just a quick squirt of water in there, shake it up, and then tap out as much liquid as you can.
In this 110,000 square foot complex, 2 million pounds of recycled trash is processed every day. There is a lot of stuff for these hard-working sorters to go through, and quickly. By simply following the rules of what's suitable and what's not, you'll have a hand in helping these workers keep things running smoothly.
Same principle as a grocery bag. It may have copper inside, but this can't go in the recycle bin because it'll actually wrap and tangle around the equipment.
Just that little extra effort from the public makes this overwhelming task of returning recyclables into reusable products makes it a little easier.
Last year, we really started boosting education efforts to teach people what they should recycle, what they shouldn't recycle, and how to recycle. A lot of people have been very receptive to it and happy to get that education because most people want to do it, and they want to do it right.
If you still have questions, there's actually a label on the top of your recycling bin of all of the listed items that are acceptable to be recycled, or you can go to a website. It's called recyclingsimplified.com. Well, that's it for another edition of City Beat. We hope your holidays are going well, and as we say goodbye, we introduce you to some more acts from the Senior Talent Showcase hosted by Doolittle Senior Center at the West Las Vegas Library Theater. Have a great holiday season. We'll see you soon.
There came a wail from a down-hearted frail, and they played that as a part of the blues. Now from a whippoorwill sitting high on a hill, they grabbed a new note, man, they pushed it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note. You better believe me, they nursed it and they rehearsed it, and then they gave out the news that the Southland really gave birth to the blues. From a whippoorwill high on a hill, they grabbed a new note, baby.
Well, I've been to the Snobby Fashion Show Mall. I said to one of the girls, show me something that exemplifies my personality and my mystique and my savoir-faire. She said, Walmart's down the street. You think it's too sexy? You better be nice to come up to me without my makeup on. We're in this exciting Las Vegas. It's a 24-hour city, you know. I haven't had a wink of sleep. Oh, my crazy boyfriend got us a room. We're staying in the penthouse of the Luxor. Tiny little pyramid room. The view's good, but that light keeps you awake all night. I've aged 20 years. Speaking of aging, you know you're old when your neck is so wrinkled it looks like the escalator of Bloomingdale's. Of course I drop out. No more rehearsing night and day. Of course I drop out. Doctor shows foot pads thrown away. No more muscle spasms and bunions. No more trips to chiropractors. No more Bengay that's just smooth. I like a cream base from X Factor. Of course I drop out. No more chassés or pseudo-nudes. Of course I drop out. I've hung up my own Capizzo shoes. No more seagull for my ego, so the costume's not too tight. I'd rather sing a song than do a dance tonight. Of course I drop out. No more auditioning for the part. Of course I drop out. That dancing can nearly stop your heart. No more shaving close most every night. It really got me uptight. But a flesh and feather dancer's legs most certainly must look right. Of course I drop out. No choreographers to fight. Of course I drop out. They can murder opening night. No more seagull for your ego, so the costume's not too tight. I'd rather sing a song than do a dance tonight.